Marcus Rashford, we saw him score a tremendous goal last night. A goal clearly born out of confidence.
Yeah, well, he seems to be on the right track. He was on the wrong track for a long time. I've just seen the stats going up. He's got them. That's what we've got to look at. When the stats come on the TV, or we're talking about it, he scored 9 goals. Was that his 9th or his 10th goal of the season?
Yeah, he's got 4 Premier League goals. Premier League game goals.
He needs to get up to 15 to 20.
Yeah.
And then you'll see Marcus Rashford playing like he used to play, because he's been lost for the last 2 or 3 years.
Can you remember your worst period, Dino? I talked about it earlier about confidence, because I always say my confidence was my biggest asset when you've got it, and when you lose it, it's your worst thing you could have.
Well, people ask me all the time, obviously being a striker, how come you go through droughts, goal droughts, and how come you have a purple patch? And I can describe it as, when the yard that you lose is hope instead of the anticipation of knowing where the ball's going to go and expecting it to come to you and seeing it happen before it happened. Like the ball's on its way out to the right winger, you're in the middle of the goal, you can see he's going to open his body out and whip it into that space, and you get there as the ball's arriving. When you haven't scored for 10 games, if I went 3 games, I couldn't control the ball. I got to that point where everything goes wrong, doesn't it? And you end up getting left out.
If that's the case, then you're going through a bit of a lack of confidence. Is that something that you're just acutely aware of? Are you constantly thinking about it? Are you forgetting all the instinct because you are snatching at moments and things like that? Is that what goes through the situation?
Yeah. You go every season. I went 8 games without scoring. Every season, you go through a patch and you think, when you are scoring, I've got to keep it going. Same boots, same food, same training. Yeah. Don't change anything. And then when you go 2 or 3 games. Once it gets to 3 games, I'm starting to now don't speak to me. But you have to just keep getting into goal scoring positions. You have to keep running into the box, not outside the box, running out wide and crossing it. You've got to be in the right areas, and you've got to keep believing the ball's going to come to you. Every time someone shoots, the goalkeeper's going to drop it. It's going to hit the post, and you've got to get a few tap-ins, and then you're off and running again.
So where was your bleakest time?
As I said, every year I went.
No, but you must have had one particular period in your career where you just thought,
"No, I don't
wow,
think I
I'm
did.
playing probably the point." Just every year.
No, yeah. I just I got up in the morning, and all I was thinking about was scoring goals. In training, how many am I going to score? How am I going to score on Saturday? I had to get to 10 for Christmas. If I wasn't on 10 goals at Christmas, I was in a bit of a crisis. And at Christmas time, I used to think, this is how my mind used to work. Right. If I'm bang at it over the Christmas period, we got 5 games in like 10 days, I can nick some goals on some players who've been out drinking, and I'm right in the head. I'm gonna get my tally back on up to 12 or something. Yeah. But 20 was my target every year, and you have ups and downs, don't you? Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes you're not getting any service.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.